Hey everybody, it's Meredith Miller here with your Sana Q&A Mondays. Remember, if you'd like to submit a question, the link is below in the video description. Please follow that link to my website and you can go ahead and submit a question while you're logged in to my website. So moving on to this question, which says, my neighbor is a narcissist, and while I avoid her as much as possible, she has an almost 11-year-old daughter that is best friends with my daughter. I've noticed on several occasions that the little girl leaves her house and comes to ours to use the bathroom, in parentheses BM. I think you mean bowel movement, right? So the last time I asked her about it in as gentle a way as possible, she just looked at me like a deer in headlights. She apparently told her mom, and now her mom has completely ended the girl's friendship. This is coming from the woman who calls my girls filthy and won't even let them sit on her couch. Now, the narc mom won't even let her daughters step foot outside of her house without her or her husband present to make sure that they do not interact with my girls. Our girls all used to run around outside, ride bikes, explore, and just be kids. But now both of her girls are pretty much locked inside the house, except for school and extracurricular activities. The dad seems very nice and has always been really sweet to my girls, so I don't know what's up with him for allowing the mom's behavior. My concern is mainly for both of her girls. She has a younger sister who is 6. What, if anything, can my daughter or I do to help her or them now or when they're older? So that is very sad that, this little girl is probably feeling terrified to poop in her house, because her narcissistic mother has some kind of thing about dirty things. People sitting on the couch and getting it dirty, people leaving dirt in her house, people pooping, right? So maybe she shamed her daughter about her bodily functions. And so her daughter was so nervous that she was going to your house to do that. Maybe. I'm only speculating what I know about some narcissistic mothers, right? It is very, very sad that she then went and cut off the contact with the girls because of that. The dad, who knows? He could be an enabling codependent. He might just have no clue, and he's enabling the situation and going along with what the mother wants because it just is easier to give in than to stand up or take a stand, and maybe she's really distorting the things anyways, right? So it's very sad that the girls can't have contact now because of this mom's belief system. So if the mom is controlling that relationship, there might not be anything that you can do around the house for now. There may be nothing you can do. I don't know, do the girls go to school together? Do they go to the same school? Because if they do, maybe they can still interact there and still have a friendship there and recognize that something weird is going on at home. For whatever reason, they're being forbidden to be friends now. They're being forbidden to go over to your place now and hang out with your daughters. I would just, if it were me, and again, I'm not a parent, so I'm only going with what I would imagine I would do in your position. I would encourage healthy, open talk with your daughters about bodily functions. I would talk about pooping and farting and everything else so that it doesn't feel like they have to be ashamed by it, so that they don't see the situation and go, whoa, right? And so that they have a healthy understanding about what that is, and that it's perfectly normal that we do these things. We are human beings, right? Like, we eat food and we excrete food. Like, that's what happens, and this is the way the body works, and there's nothing to be ashamed about, right? You guys can have these open conversations so that your daughters feel very open and confident, and not ashamed of their bodies for any reason. And maybe, just maybe, that once they have, this healthy outlook, and I'm not saying that they have an unhealthy outlook, right? I'm just saying that the more you open that healthy dialogue, maybe the more confident the girls feel about opening that healthy dialogue with their friend. Maybe somehow they can have some kind of conversation about that, and the girls can understand that, like, the mom has issues there. Like, it might be that the girl, the neighbor's kids are like waiting till they go to school now to do that or something else because they're just so ashamed and embarrassed at home because they know what's going to happen if they do something that the mother interprets as dirty or gross or whatever is going on over there. You know, just make them understand, help them understand that it is perfectly normal to poop and not be ashamed. And if you want to do it from a joking, you know, you want to add some lightness and humor to this. Okay, this is potty humor. I don't know if you have seen these commercials. They're pretty old and there's some new ones now. In fact, sometimes the ads run on the YouTube channels. It's called Poo-Pourri, right? Just Google that, Poo-Pourri ad, and it's hysterical. And maybe, you know, I don't know how old your kids are and what you allow them to see. You be the judge of that, right? Because you're the mama. But if you feel that one of those is, you know, okay enough for your young children to see and to laugh at, so they can recognize, like, it's something you can laugh about it. It's okay. It's okay. You know, everybody's shit smells bad. Nobody smells like roses, okay? The lady next door might think hers does. You know, maybe that's the mentality she has, and she just feels that she has to shame her children, probably because her mother or one of her parents did the same thing to her. She doesn't know any better. It's not an excuse. She's an adult now, right? It's not an excuse, but that's probably what's going on over there. If you research narcissistic mothers, you can see a lot of times people are talking about this kind of stuff, you know? So if all of that is out of your control, what's happening next door, I would focus on your relationship with your daughters and fostering that healthy relationship that your daughters have with you, to talk openly about these things, and also the healthy relationship that your daughters feel with their own bodies, so that they don't feel ashamed of their own bodily functions. I'm sending you and your kids a big hug.